So I think this is uh, technically book 9, if you're counting them by counting the novellas as books in the series.
Okay.
And it is centered around, instead of one of the Guardians this time, it's centered around Prometheus because he showed up in an earlier
Okay.
book. And the heroine of the book is Circe the Witch. So a
Okay.
little different than my other stories, but it includes the Eternal Guardians, so they show up in the story as well. Well, he showed up, I think it was book 6 in Bound, and part of that story was the characters going and rescuing him because he's chained to a rock by Zeus, if you know the history of the story of Prometheus. And so in this novella, I wanted to, he's always kind of had a story, that hasn't been told, and I kind of wanted to show
Mm.
what had happened after he had gotten freed. He'd been freed from that rock, and what would happen to you after you'd been chained there for so long? What would you be like? And would you be hell bent on revenge, or would you be really kind of like introverted and just stuck inside yourself? What would he be like? So that's where the story really came from. Well, I think the world has gotten bigger.
Mm.
The Eternal Guardian series is set in two worlds. It's set in the in Earth regular time, but they're
Okay.
also set in their own realm. So they kind of cross back and forth between where we are here and then their own separate realm. And then sometimes they go to Olympus too, which is a whole other realm and the underworld. So the world just keeps getting bigger as I add more characters in. I would say probably the hardest part for me now is that there's so many characters in this now that it's hard to keep them, um, not hard to keep them true to character, but it's hard to get everybody into every story. I have readers who have
Right.
fallen in love with the first couple of characters in the first couple of books, and they're always asking for them to show up in every book. And I just can't get everybody in every book without it making it look like I'm just trying to get everybody into every book, if that makes sense.
Absolutely.
So this one
Absolutely.
was a great one to bring back the hero and heroine from book 6 because the heroine in book 6, Prometheus, is her father. So it was really easy to bring those two back into this story, which was fun. Yeah, and the heroine in this story, I actually just released book 8, which was Awaken. It came out in April, and she is a character that shows up in Awaken too, so at the in parts of it. So that was really fun. Circe the Witch was in that story, so she was trapped by Zeus, and so it's fun to bring her into this as well, and it links back to the other stories that I've already written.